this morning, look through my window into the sun.
What's up, everybody? This is Miyoshi Marilla for thisisrealmusic.com, and today I'm talking to Sparlha Swa. Now, Sparlha, for people that don't know you, what is your sound like? How would you characterize your sound?
I would say it's soulful folk with a spiritual message.
Okay, but you're from Jamaica, right?
I was born in Jamaica, but I pretty much grew up between the Caribbean and here, mostly here in New York, Long Island. But I came up here right away when I was 4 months old.
Oh, okay.
So went back and forth a lot, but Jamaican is there, Jamaican influence is there.
Okay, and with your music, I know you say it's like a folk kind of soul thing. Who would you say that your influences are? And it doesn't necessarily have to be musically, but who would your influences be?
Well, musically, definitely Sade.
As in your
the number one. And I listened to a lot of Billie Holiday growing up, and also Astrid Gilberto, Brazilian jazz, Carlos Jobim, and Gilberto Gil, and also Mary Makeba.
She just passed away last year.
She just passed.
Wow. Yeah.
In terms of influences that were musical, probably one of the biggest influences of mine was Harmahansa Yogananda.
I have no idea who that is. Tell me who that is, please.
He's a spiritual teacher. He's one of the first Hindu gurus to come to the United States in the 1940s. And I read his book called The Autobiography of a Yogi, and that was just had a huge impact on my life.
Really?
And consequently on my music, because a lot of the content of my music is about the spiritual path, the spiritual journey.
Yeah, a lot of your stuff is very spiritual. And is that like a conscious choice that you've made with your music, do you think? Or is that something that just kind of just happened and that's where you're coming from?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's definitely the content of my songs, my lyrics is just what I think about. And then it's also, I would like my music to be of service to people spiritually and emotionally. So I think it's a little bit of both. It's just reflecting where I'm at, but then also the level on which I'd like my music to influence people. It's spiritual.
Well, I have to ask you because we've made history here recently and we have finally elected a black president. Did the whole process of Barack Obama, striving forward and doing all that he's done in the past really 2 years campaigning and finally culminating in this presidency, did that affect you or inspire you? Are you writing like crazy now?
I feel so much excitement and relief and hope and anticipation. And I think he really shows us that everything is possible.
Right, anything is possible.
And he really has me taking another look at my passions and my dreams and my life goals, not just about music, but about everything. To get back in touch with that, what I really want to do. Because here's a man who's just so deeply in sync and in line with his purpose. So the way he inspires me is to think about what my purpose is and what I want to do here. So I think the past 6 months I've just been doing a lot of journaling and doing a lot of writing. I've written a bunch of music and, but thinking about what else I want to do beyond music. And actually this fall I start a master's program in psychology that I'm able to juggle with the music, which I'm really excited about.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, so you're writing. Do you remember the first song that you wrote? How long ago was that you realized that you could actually write songs? I'm sure you've been singing probably forever, but when did you realize that you could write?
I think the first song I wrote, I was 12 or 13. It's when I was practicing piano. I took 3 years of piano. But the first song I wrote, with lyrics that I performed was a lot later. It was when I was 18, my sophomore year in college. And, but I've been involved in music in some aspects for so long that I knew music was always in me before long before writing my first song. Because my mom put me in performing arts elementary school, performing arts high school.
Oh wow! So you were like geared right towards that, really.
I mean, I don't think she did it on purpose, but I was definitely performing and singing and playing instruments all through. And then I never had a dream to be a singer, but it's just something that's been such an integral part of me all through that it just came naturally. I actually wanted to be a fiction writer.
Really?
But after college, I was just playing at a lot of open mics and writing more and more, and it just sort of bloomed. I looked up and I had gigs booked, so I looked up and I had my first studio album. I was like, okay, I guess this is happening. Yeah.
Now, so speaking of your studio album, your first album was In the Distance, or that was not your first album?
That was the first studio album.
That was the first studio album, In the Distance.
But the first album was like a demo LP Uprising. And that's what I was selling, before anybody knew who I was. I just walked to open mic and play a couple songs and sell something for like $5. But, that people bought my work gave me so much confidence and showed me that there was really a market and listening for what I was doing. So.
Yeah. I mean, and it's hard sometimes, or challenging, I guess I should say, especially if you don't fit into the specific niche or mold, that the music industry in general wants to put you in. So, how has that been for you? Like, did you want to explore like a major deal, or are you happy doing the independent thing? Like, what is your take on indie versus mainstream?
I feel really grateful for everything that has come my way so far, and I really feel that, there's a plan for me, a divine plan, and I'm just trying to be grateful and accepting for where my music ends up. For a long time, I didn't want to have anything to do with record labels, and I think a little bit of that was just about fear that I wouldn't actually be able to make it. So I was like, oh, I'm not interested, And then I was like, okay, no, you know what? This is such a hustle. I would love to have a deal.
Right, it's not easy.
No, it's not. And so I was really open to that, and I still am open to that, but I'm not as focused on making that happen. I think what I'm trying to remind myself is that the important thing is the writing and really expressing the art the way it wants to be expressed. I think it's really easy to get caught up in the goal-oriented side of music, like the achievements and the making it, and it's easy to forget that you're an artist.
Yeah.
Being an artist is not about making it. Being an artist is not necessarily about commercial success. Although we would all love it.
Right.
That's true. I would love to have a record deal, love to have a huge team behind me, I'd love to have, the nice organic machine pushing my stuff, but I'm really happy where I am.
Yeah. But you have received a lot of acclaim for the music that you've done, and
some. Thank you.
You're welcome. I mean, seriously, as an independent artist, things don't necessarily come easily to us all the time.
No.
And we really have to push forward and stay focused on what we're trying to do. And I think that you've done a really good job of that. I know you had some songs placed in some films that went to Sundance.
Yeah. I had one song, one song in a larger feature film called Motives 2 that I've never seen the film. I have no idea what it was about, or if I even liked the movie, but
right.
And then I scored a short film that went to Sundance.
You scored wow.
Yeah, it was a 25-minute short. It's an amazing film, amazing piece, brilliant director, producer, like a really great group of people to work with. And they're actually working on a feature, a longer version of that. I'm really excited about they developed the script. And I also had a couple songs on Girlfriends. And all of it was
the TV show.
All of it was sort of random. Like I didn't go looking for it. It kind of came to me. So I definitely have been really lucky and really blessed. And But yeah, I don't know about a lot of people. I'm not on the covers of any magazine.
Don't be so humble, please. You just did a live CD. Well, you did a live CD last year. Why did you feel that it was the right time to do that?
The studio album I've been working on, Moon Gazing, I've been working on that for 3 years now, and it was just taking so damn long that I was like, I just want to put something out already. Like, I've been emailing my fan base about it for like 2 years, you know, being like, yeah, it's coming. So I was like, I just want to record something and give them something in the meantime.
But live CDs are fun because they're so in the moment and organic, and whatever happens kind of happens.
Yeah.
Thing. So
yeah, I think a live CD really captures you exactly where you are. It's like a snapshot for your performing and your artistry and your music. So it was great. It was quick and easy. 2 nights we recorded at Pianos in December of 2007 and at the Kitchen January 2008. And within a month, we had the album. So that was quick and easy as compared to Moon Gazing, which still continues.
Now, did you do any songs from Moon Gazing on your live?
Yeah, I think there's 8 songs on the live album, and 4 of them will be on Moon Gazing, but
studio versions.
Studio versions. Yeah.
Okay, so your new studio album that you're working on, Moon Gazing, what should we expect to see differently in this album from In the Distance?
Well, this album, instead of being just the normal compilation of songs, it's going to be a story, almost like a fairy tale, like an oral narrative.
Really?
And the songs will fit in, it'll be chapter song, and the songs will serve to drive the emotion and the plot of the story. So it's really different. I think a few other artists have done something like it. I've heard as I've been talking to people about it, but I haven't heard of anything in the folk genre having done something like this. I'm really excited because you're not only getting songs, you're getting the stories of the songs fit inside.
So why? Why? I mean, why? What made you want to do something like that?
I think I just wanted to do something different, and I wanted to do something unique for myself.
Yeah.
And kind of what we were talking about earlier, like using all your talents, not just music, but showcasing the fact that I have this really imaginative, creative mind, and I love storytelling so much. Like, I'm a die-hard sci-fi reader,
Are you really? I know, I am too. I like sci-fi
really?
too. Yeah.
So, wanting to incorporate storytelling. Like, storytelling is this ancient form of human culture. Like,
right, I mean, that goes back to the caves. Really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think people really get drawn in by a story. So I thought it'd be an effective way to do it with the music, because they had a context.
Yeah. Excellent. So you don't have any completion date for Moon Gazing yet. You're still working it out.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, people can pick up
live album, the last 3 album, In the Distance, and my demo reference.
All right. And where can people find you?
On my website, which is sparlhaswa.com, or MySpace. Yeah, those 2 places.
Okay. And if we see Sparlha Swa in 5 years, what do you think you'll be doing?
I will be. Gosh.
Not to put you on the spot or anything.
No.
You'll have your
I have
master's
a
degree
in psychology.
There you go.
And I don't know what I'll be doing with that. And I'll be living on the land, off the grid, somewhere amazing. And I'll be touring half the year with my band. And loving my life. Happy and healthy.
That sounds good. Well, I plan on seeing you way before 5 years from now, but I wish you so much success, and I think that you're so talented, and I'm sure that you'll go very far with your music and really whatever you put your mind to. So.
Thank you so much.
So I'm glad we got a chance to chat, though.
That was great talking.
All right, this is Miyoshi Marilla for thisisrealmusic.com with Sparlha Swa. Make sure to check her out on her MySpace page, myspace.com/Sparlha Swa or sparlhaswa.com. All right, thanks. See you next time.
What I'm given, we may be poor, but we're driven. We'll make a life of this living. There ain't no wrong, can be forgiven if we stay. when we start.